Welcome everyone. Today's topic is the play On the Face of It, written by Susan Hill. Before we begin the play, the summary of the play will come. We'll see something about this. In short, the story is about a teenage boy named Derry who has a burnt face, and Mr. Lamb, who's a disabled old man with an artificial leg made of tin. Derry accidentally enters his garden so that he can hide himself from people who hate him because of his ugly face. Mr. Lamb not only welcomes him in his garden but also encourages him to lead a normal life, leaving behind his past. Now comes the story. The play deals with the problem of the disabled people and depicts that merely the encouraging words may change their tensed feelings. The writer says, it is for us to see and understand life in every organism. It does not matter what we look like, but it matters how we can uplift a disabled man. It is not the actual pain or inconvenience that causes trouble to a disabled man, but the behavior of the people around him. People discard him as a useless limb and refuse to accept him in the mainstream of life. So he feels alienated from the society and wants to live in seclusion. In a way, Derry suffers from inferiority complex. Mr. Lamb motivates him to think positively about life, people, and things. It is a fine day, and Mr. Lamb is in his garden. He is an old man with a tin leg. He leads a lonely life and is always ready to accept any visitor who comes to his garden. One day, Derry, a young boy of 14, sneaks into Mr. Lamb's garden. He has a burnt face with acid, so he looks very ugly. He has become defiant and withdrawn due to his disfigured face. He has become very stubborn and he keeps on arguing with people as well. He does not want to face the world with his ugly and disfigured face. Derry climbs over the wall and cautiously walks through the long grass. He is quite close to Mr. Lamb. He is scared when Lamb speaks to him. Lamb asks him to tread carefully because the long grass is littered with wild apples dropped by wind. Derry is utterly confused as he had come there to consider the place empty, but he finds Mr. Lamb there. Having been detected by Lamb, Derry panics and wants to go. Lamb asks him not to leave as he does not mind anybody coming to his garden. He keeps the gate always open. He advises to enter through the gate rather than by climbing over the garden wall. Mr. Lamb was not bothered at all by Derry's presence, despite he tells him that you had to enter through the gate, not by climbing the wall. Lamb tells that all who come to his garden are welcome. But Derry says that he has not come to steal, but he wants only to come into garden. Derry is giving here reasons why he had come to the garden. He rather tells Derry not to be afraid of anything, but Derry points out that the people are afraid of him because of his ugly and disfigured face. Derry adds that he is afraid of himself when he sees his face in mirror. Lamb tries to console him. He asks him to face the harsh realities of life bravely. He tries to divert the views of Derry from his burnt face to the fruits in the garden, but Derry keeps on talking about his ugly face. Lamb tries to make him understand that it is the inner beauty of a person that matters, not his outer appearance. Derry does not agree with it. He tells Lamb that it is important to be handsome from outside also. This is Derry's view. He says that even his mother kisses him on the other side of the face, not the burnt side. He says that he has to spend whole of his life with his half face. Mr. Lamb points out that there is no difference between a flower plant and a weed, since both are living and growing plants. Derry remarks that Mr. Lamb can put up trousers and cover up his tingle. What happens when they are talking? Then they, Mr. Lamb is also giving reason that there is no difference between you and me because you have a burnt face and I have a tin leg also. Then Derry says that, but you do not have problem because you can put on trousers and you can cover your tin legs. Then Mr. Lamb reminds Derry of a fairy tale of Beauty and the Beast. Then, to change his views, to change his thought, Mr. Lamb reminds him of the fairy tale, that is Beauty and the Beast, in which the princess kisses the beast, who in turn changes into a handsome prince. This makes Derry understand that ugliness is only skin deep. Ugliness is only on the skin itself, outer layer itself. A man is not what he looks like, but what he really is. This makes Derry understand that outer appearance is not everything. What we as a person are, that matters actually. Handsome is that handsome does. Derry understands this, that handsome is that handsome does. That person is handsome who does the act of handsomeness, who does good work. This story is to inspire Derry, and he should not care of his burnt face. But Derry tells that people stare at his face and they are afraid of him. Derry tells Lamb that women talk of his ugly face. They say that none will kiss except his mother. He is also worried that nobody else will kiss him except his mother. Mr. Lamb tells that he must have heard so many other things also. The best thing is to keep his ears shut and need not pay attention to such talks. Mr. Lamb tells him that people keep on telling something or the other about everyone, about everybody, whether the person has some shortcomings or not. Every time he is being talked about. But the best thing is to keep his ears shut and need not pay attention to all the rubbish things being talked about him. Mr. Lamb talks about the bees in his garden. Some people like their buzzing while others hate. But Lamb calls it a sweet song. It is only the difference of attitude. Lamb here is explaining, here is trying to convince Derry that all it matters is our attitude. If we are keeping a positive attitude towards everything, then the things will appear good to us. But if we are of negative opinion towards everything, then obviously we will face problems. We will see only problems in everything. Derry tells that people stare at his face, so he avoids them. But Mr. Lamb tells that keeping alone is not a fine thing. When Derry is asked by Mr. Lamb that why do you try to avoid people? Why don't you mingle? Then Derry says that people keep on staring at me and I feel uncomfortable. That is why I avoid them. But Mr. Lamb tells that keeping alone is not a fine thing. He tells a story about a man who always was afraid of being run over or getting infected or meeting with some accident, so he locked himself in a room. After listening Derry's opinion, after listening Derry's problems, Mr. Lamb told him a story. He told him about a man that who was always afraid of being run over or being getting infected or meeting with some accident, so he locked himself in a room and rarely went out. There a picture fell on his head and killed him. But what happens? There was a picture in the room and the picture fell over his head and the man gets killed. Derry says that his family often talks about him downstairs when he is not there. They are worried to think that what is going to happen to him when they are gone and how will he get on in this world. Derry also tells his concern about his family. He tells Mr. Lamb that whenever I'm not around, my family keeps on talking about me. They are worried about me and they think that what is going to happen when they are gone, when they are dead. How will I carry on in this world? Mr. Lamb does not agree with this. Lamb encourages him that he has get two arms, legs, eyes, ears, a tongue, and a brain. He can achieve whatever he likes. He can be better than others. Mr. Lamb here is encouraging Derry. He tells Derry that he has got a full, can be better than others. He says that you have everything and you can be better than others. You have a full body. He tells Derry that he has got a full body. He can do anything like other people or may do better than others. Here this line is repeated. He tells Derry that he has got a full body and he can do anything like other people or even can be better than others. He asks Lamb several questions to know more about him. Derry is asking questions to Mr. Lamb because he wants to know more about him. Mr. Lamb says that he sits in the sun and reads books. He likes the windows open to hear the wind. Lamb tells that he has a lot of friends everywhere. Everybody who comes in his garden is his friend. Derry wonders how a person can be his friend about whom he knows nothing. Derry says that there are some people he hates. But Lamb remarks that hatred would do him more harm than any other bottle of acid. When Derry tells that he hates a few people, then Mr. Lamb is telling him that hatred is not going to harm the other person whom we are hating, but in return, hatred will harm ourselves. And when it is the case of Derry, then it will harm him more than any bottle of acid. Acid only burns our face or so, but hatred can burn us from inside. Lamb asks him to be a friend. Derry asks how they can be friends only in one meeting. But Lamb tells him that he can come there at any time even if he is out. When Lamb tells him to be friends, then Derry says that this is for the first time I am meeting you, then how can we be friends? Then Mr. Lamb tells him that you can come here at any time, whether I am in the garden or not, you can come. Derry thinks to help him. He tells Lamb that with one leg he can fall off a ladder and die. Derry offers to help him, but he wants to inform his mother where he is since she will be buried. Mr. Lamb doubts if he would come back. When Mr. Lamb tells him what he does to his apples, he says that he makes jams and other things, and whenever people come and visit him, he gives them. So Derry is also thinking here to help Mr. Lamb. He tells Mr. Lamb that with one leg you cannot climb the ladder and do the work. So, and you will obviously die, you will fall and die. Then he says that I will help you, but first I will have to inform my mother and then I'll come back. Mr. Lamb says, I don't think you will come back. I'm not sure. Derry assures him to return, but Lamb says to himself that people never come, though they say that they will come. Mr. Lamb here is telling that people say they will come, but they never come. Derry goes back to his house and tells everything to his mother. Derry says that he wants to go there, sit and listen to things and look. Nobody else has ever said the things the old man has said. This is the reason why Derry wanted to go. Because according to him, nobody had ever encouraged him. Nobody had ever talked to him so affectionately. That is why he wanted to go to Mr. Lamb. His mother stops him from going to the old man's house. She tells that she has heard strange stories about the old man. She urges him not to go there again. Derry insists that he must go there, otherwise he will never go anywhere in the world. In spite of his mother's strong resistance, Derry slams the door and runs away to help Mr. Lamb in collecting crab apples. In the meantime, Mr. Lamb this side climbs on the ladder for the apples. The ladder falls back and Mr. Lamb is killed. Derry opens the gate and says excitedly that he has come back. Suddenly he catches sight of Mr. Lamb. He runs through the long grass and says, I came back, Lammy Lamb. I did come back. But there was no response. Derry kneels by him and weeps and realizes that he had lost his only friend in the world. He had no other friend. Mr. Lamb had become his new friend and he lost him. Now we'll quickly revise what was in the lesson, though it was a long content. We'll quickly revise it. The play depicts beautifully yet grimly the sad world of the physically impaired people. It is not the actual pain or inconvenience caused by a physical impairment that troubles a disabled man, but the attitude of people. Two physically impaired people, Mr. Lamb with a tin leg and Derry with a burnt face, strike a band of friendship. Derry is described as a young boy, shy, withdrawn, and defiant. People people tell him inspiring stories to console him. No one will ever kiss him except his mother, that too on the other side of the face. This was Derry's thinking about himself. Derry also mentions about women telling that only a mother can love such a face, nobody else. No other girl will kiss him. Derry thinks so. Mr. Lamb revives the almost dead feelings of Derry towards life. He motivates him to think positively about life, changes his mindset about people and things, how a man looked himself as he was scared. A picture fell and the picture fell off the wall and got killed. He also told him the story to encourage. Everything appears to be the same but is different. Like what? Example of bees and weeds. Weeds he is giving. He says that the same sound produced by bees can be a harsh one, a bad one for some people, but it can be music for others. He also tells Derry that the gate of the garden is always open for people. Those who want to come can come always. And he also tells Derry that you are my friend now. Derry is very inspired and he says that I want to help you, but first I will go to my mother and tell her. And he promises to come back. Derry's mother stops him, but he is adamant, saying if he does not go now, he would go never. He will not go anywhere. When he comes back to see Lamb lying on the ground, when he comes back, he finds Mr. Lamb lying on the ground. It is ironical that when he searches a new foothold to live happily, he finds Mr. Lamb dead. It is very ironical because till now Derry was full of negative thoughts about himself. But the time when he started reviving his beliefs in the world, his only friend Mr. Lamb is dead. In this way, the play depicts the heart-rending life of physically disabled people with their loneliness, aloofness, and alienation. But at the same time, it is almost a true account of the people who don't let a person live happily. Thank you, everyone. Hope you understood. Thanks a lot.